Okay. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Charles McGregor, and I'm back again working on some tools development this time. Also, I made it a second day of the week working on a stream, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I'm kind of excited there. But yeah, how's everybody doing? I also don't really have a lot of like preamble for this one. More or less, I'm just going to be working on. So a while back, I worked on some like real-time console debugging stuff. Very exciting stuff. But this time I'm going to be working on that again. This time I'm going to be like trying to make it a little bit more user-friendly and whatnot. Eventually I'll get this to a point where I can just like drag in this prefab and then and drop it into a project, and then it just works. And I'm not there yet, but I want to get there to a spot. So for the most part, I think that's basically everything. So I'm going to actually just like kind of jump right into things. All right. This is also going to be another chill stream today, but yeah, again, how's everybody doing out there? All right, so let's do a quick refresh on the stuff that I did do. It's been a little while since I've touched this project, so I'm gonna have to also give myself a little refresher. If I remember correctly, if I press any of the number keys up here, there we go, we get a information about, or basically things happening in the console log that is now happening inside of the game itself. So that's going to be super useful when I am like have a build and whatnot. Yeah, there we go. We got the warnings, we got an error, we got an assertion, and null or an exception. So that is, I mean, again, very exciting stuff. What I am planning on doing is I'm trying to make these a little bit more dynamic. So I'm going to try to make this a little more compact, which means I'm going to need to do a little UI work, which I like doing. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing to work on, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing today. All right. Okay. So we go here. I also want to remember, how did I structure this? How did I structure this UI? Because, okay, yeah, the UI is at the bottom. There's a scroll view for all of the entries and whatnot, which is useful. But before I do that, I want to add some buttons at the top. So I'll add some buttons, and basically I'm gonna, I'll add a button. No, I'll add a drop down that will make it so that I can choose between like the full view or a compact version of the view and whatnot, just so that all of that stuff is accessible in the build. And not gonna worry too much about the structure of how this all works yet, especially because I am planning on having it so that there's like even more stuff than this. There's like, I want to have a place where you can type in commands, and that is probably the stuff that you've like, if you have messed with a PC game and like press the tilde key, and it's like, oh, you know, some like console terminal thing shows up, and then you type in stuff. That is kind of what I want to be able to have in there as well as something that works just like seamlessly for a controller setup, especially if, you know, you're testing a console game and whatnot. Okay, so ooh, actually, let me go look at this debug message. I'm gonna just put it on here just so that we can see it, and I'm gonna copy this style. I do this. I make a button UI button. Where you at? That's text. There's the button. Okay, and there you go. Ooh, I don't want this to be navigable. Yeah, one of those pronunciations. Don't want that. So we do this, and then we have buttons. Honestly, I don't know if I want any buttons to be that. Well, I guess, yeah, if I want to put this on console, or like if you're using controller or whatnot, I don't want you to have to switch over to the mouse and keyboard. So I guess I will ultimately need to do that, but hey. Okay, so we got this. What's the font here? Because if it is the font that I am thinking this is the font. Yes, this is that font. I need to switch this font. So that's one thing that I have to do, because as you can tell in this, it says personal use. I think I mentioned this last time where I was like, I'll move on from that. And I'm like, ew. The more that I delay, the more work it's going to be. I'll continue using it, but I might off stream just like look up some other font that I can replace it with, which shouldn't be too hard. I have a lot of fonts now, so that's fun. All right. So we got this here, and we have these buttons. I like for my buttons to have a separate one for the background rather than putting it on the same game object. And then I go and grab, it's just a rounded square. Yep, sweet. I grab this and then get rid of this. And just use this as the thing. Cool, sweet, and that is looking correct. I don't change anything. Sweet, that is looking correct. I press the button. That is looking correct. Okay, and now I do the thing that I'm kind of disappointed that I am doing, which is use the same font that I don't. One day I'll update that font. It's a thing that I really want to do. Okay, so we got this. If I look at this, yeah. I want to change the background. So I'm looking at, what am I looking at? I'm trying to look at, this is the same color. Yeah, I want this to be full color. But then why does it feel like it shouldn't be full color? I'm going to go try and put something in front of this camera. Or actually, I'll put something behind all of this. In fact, here, I'm going to put a screenshot behind there. Let's go look. I'll go grab a hyperdot one since I have a lot of those on hand. All right. We'll do a mid-tone one. Yeah, sure. Tools, and then we go to, yeah. Instead of that, we do I not have, oh yeah, I do. There we go. Grab this, put it in here. Dope. And that is correct. Do this. Do that. I wonder if I should do this on the same canvas or not. In fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this on another canvas. UI, canvas, game, canvas. Write this on here. instead move this to -100 and put this there. I guess I'll preserve the aspect ratio if I need to. There it is. Okay, so yeah, now you can see there's something going on. Something, there you go. Something going on in the background so that I can get some sense of how this might look. If I were to mess with this, this is kind of how I would imagine the console log showing up, like over here, halfway through this, or the other way is like this, which is kind of nice. I kind of like the fact that like I can do either way, but I want to have it so that this is a little bit more collapsed, more compact than it is currently. Now, the thing that I'm trying to remember is, how did I pull off this fade effect? Did I do this by... Also, let me put this up here. I don't need that immediately. Same with these. This is more the thing that I need. Did I do that by actually just doing this, or I'm just setting the color to be that vibe there, or do I have something else? I'm looking at this. The background looks correct. But like, yeah, if I change this to be fully red, that's fully red, and yet you can see behind it. So that's why I'm like, I must have used a canvas object, a canvas group object somewhere. And yet, nothing. Oh yeah, there it is. You'd think I noticed that. Okay, so I have a canvas group object on the background object itself, which I guess is okay for now. What I would like to do is have it so that that is a user adjustable thing. So like, say that you're playing a game and whatnot, you're working on Hyperdot, and then you're like, all right, it's time for me to go in and change, or it's time for me to look at this console log. I don't want to see what's behind here, or I do want to see what's behind here, or like stuff like that. Well, if there are so many different areas where there's like different like alphas and stuff, that makes it harder for me to make it so that that's adaptable and whatnot. For now, I'm gonna just get it in there so that I can get it in there. I might go back and make that work a little bit better. So that's why now I'm gonna go in here instead of changing here, I do want to do the canvas thing. So I'm gonna go and change the canvas group to be 0.2 there, and then this should be white. Bam. Why? Oh, that's why. Let me fix that. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, and this is useful because then all of these things, when you highlight a button and whatnot, all those things should be fine there. So, all right, we have a button here. I want to make it a little bit bigger by default. And then have the button text be a little bit bigger as well. We'll do 28. Maybe I should leave it at 24 because there's going to be a lot of text. Yeah. But you know, that's kind of how things go like that. Okay. Sweet. And then let's go make these prefabs. There we go. We got a prefab here. We'll call this console button. Oh. Console button. Change the highlight color to be another one entirely. We'll do like a yellow. Pressed. Selected. We'll do the same. And then disabled. I'll make it even more obvious it's disabled. I'll go back and make a custom animation for this later. Just trying to get it in. Then drag this in to prefabs. There we go. Got a console button. Now if I go and make layout horizontal group. I didn't do that, which I should probably do. Is middle left. Okay, so it's kind of there, except it's kind of not. What I'm going to do here now is do layout, element, ignore. And the reason why I'm doing that, for those who have seen me work in UI before, I want to have it so that it adapts to the, there we go. It adapts to the size of the text. And we do this. We do middle center. Then I say layout content fitter. Size fitter. There we go. And horizontally. Thank you. I add some padding. 20. Yeah. 20, 20, 20. Okay. That's too much for the top and bottom. Okay. Cool. Now if I go in here and say, this is a test. Yeah. Okay. So it is working. It is still not the most responsive thing. So let me try and figure out why that's the case. No, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Okay, yeah, we have this is test. We want to do button. Here's button. All right, now I apply this. Cool. So this is going to be what? So yeah, I guess this is a standard button rather than anything else. For now, I'll just do two different buttons instead of doing a drop down because laziness. Force expand, do the controls width and spacing. Let's get some spacing in there. There we go. 10. Ooh, what is the padding for the left side of this? Oh, excuse me. Here, oh, it's 30. Okay, so we'll do 30 as well. There we go. I make this a little bit bigger. I wonder if I do upper left now. Yeah, actually upper left probably makes more sense. Okay. All right. And then we go here and type in what? We type in full view and compact view. good enough. I'll have a drop down of this instead later. But I want to at least switch between the two. And a button is way quicker, not necessarily easier, way quicker to get implemented than it is the other way around. All right, so now we have this. Let's run this. Well, first let's save, but then let's run this. All right. Cool. And we got this, we got these errors and whatnot. And then essentially what I want to do is you click on this and then it'll switch this to be just like the icon and then one line and whatnot. And then I would love to also have a minimal view or and whatnot, or it's just like the icon. Probably, yeah, just like the icon shows up so that you can tell, oh, there's a thing that happened and whatnot. I don't know. I guess, yeah, I don't know how exactly I'm going to pull that part off, but that's beside the point. All right. Okay. So the highlight stuff worked, but it was kind of hard to see things. I'll deal with that again later. I don't want to spend too much time working on the visuals of this quite yet. So here we go. Let's look at this here. There we go. I don't need that up. Okay, so we have log application sheet, yeah, received, and then these things happen, and I have all of those, and then I have a list of messages. Right, and then on the message button, yeah, we got this display, and then yeah, it has a debug message. Right, okay, that makes more sense. If I open this up real quick, right, we have the timestamp and then all the other information. Sweet, okay, and the log type. Sweet, this is good. This is good. I'm glad that I did this last time. All right, so what I will do instead is I'll go to the debug message itself and I'll change this so that there can be two different versions. One of these, I have the icon here. And then if I was like, all right, let's make this tiny. The icon should be tiny. Oh, wait. Oh, all right. I'm changing this here. Okay. Then I can change the information here, the size here. So I have it at 50. Let's do a debug, or not debug, duplicate this just so that I can compare. Okay, so we got this, and I say instead of 50, this is not going to be 20. 20. Oh, 20. There you go. Okay, that might be a little tiny. Maybe not that. Let's not go that small. 30. 30. There we go. That feels better. Because essentially, I want this to be one line. Cool. And then I want this part to overflow or have overflow. And I want to set I don't know how I can set the height. Okay. Yeah. I basically overwrite this and I say, all right, let's make this tiny. Let's make this tiny. Nope. Is it? Oh yeah, I'm saying that. Okay. So we go here. There we go. Preferred height to be whoop. There it is. And honestly, I don't think that I need to actually even mess with the icon size. If I just said 50 and 50, or I guess let's revert, make it a little bit more proper. Have this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Because that will change the size regardless. Yeah. Okay. So if I said 45, oh, 45. Okay. Okay, what, 42, 42? 41, yeah, 42. This makes this as skinny as possible. Okay. So I'm basically just saying switch between these two things where you can leave that to be on or you leave that to be on. Okay, nice. I like that too. If I changed this so that the anchor was at 1, I actually think that that looks a little bit better. Or do I change this for the anchor to be at 0? Then we have a lot of space between these, which I don't like. Okay, so yeah, for now, we do that. There. For now, we do that. We have this going on, which is nice. So now if I were to duplicate this, look at all those. Yeah, that is compact, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So you can see full view and compact view. So essentially I want to switch between these two. So how I'm going to do that? Well, I guess I'm thinking, look at this display here. And then have a, have a version where I can switch between void switch view, or I guess, yeah, we'll do switch view. It doesn't need anything. Doesn't need anything but something else. Jeez. Love how now when I'm starting to type, I'm like, this feels weird. Trying to get in the best position and whatnot. So I need access to this and this. So, well, one, this doesn't exist in the thing proper. So let me apply. Ooh, let me apply this one at a time. Turn this off. Actually, there we go. Apply. There. And we're not gonna mess with this. That was just for testing purposes. But now I do need access to that, so I will go do this public. Do I want to put that right there? Yeah, I guess. Sure. Public. What is that called? Is it just layout element? I thought it was something else. Layout element. Yeah, I guess it is. I'm thinking of the horizontal group thing. That's a different thing. Element. I guess I'll say layout element. Be verbose. Layout element. Ooh, I feel like you can hear a lot of my typing. Sorry about that if you can't. Okay, and then we got the content size fitter. Size fitter. Cool. Actually, I don't think that I need to make these public. I'll just make these private. Private. And I will not need to assign them because, or I'll not need to assign them in the thing. Size fitter equals get component equals get component. There you go. Content size. There we go. Layout element. Nope. Layout element equals get component. Content size fitter. Not content size fitter, layout element. All right. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. All right, so we got this, and now we have a public. Do I need a public pool? Private pool. Compact view equals false. Compact view equals not compact view. And then based off of this, not a switch statement, we do if compact view. Then layout element equals layout element dot enabled equals true. Size fitter dot horizontal equals width mode preferred not preferred size unconstrained. Else don't do that. Do the opposite. False equals preferred. Yeah. So, all right. So now we got this, which is useful, but I need to actually have that something happen. So I'm going to go here and have a public void toggle, and I'll switch console view. All right, let's switch view compact. And then public void switch view. Cool. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Public void toggle view. And then I say set view instead of switch view. And set view compact view. Except not. Except not. Pool is compact view. There. That way we can still have this and we can have this. Because this is going to be relevant later. Okay, so here we are. Now I go through all the buttons. Whoops. I go through all the not the buttons, all the messages. Count. Messages. Hi. All these are game objects. Ooh. Kind of want them to not all be game objects. So I think I'm gonna, I'm gonna switch them over to these. All these to be these. Debug Unity. Unity console. There we go. Console. Oh no. Message. There we go. Display. All right. And then new message. Object equals that. And then do this. And we do that. Messages dot toggle, or no, set view true. And then we do the same, but set false. Okay, so this should work as long as I didn't break anything. Okay, we go here. Yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. Yeah, we go here. We go. Oh, we don't have to do any of this. Well, oh, that's what I need to do. We have full, and we have compact, and then I instead do this. Drag in the scroll view. I think that's on there. Yes, it is. And then for full view, we do switch full. And then compact, we do switch compact. And then we delete all these messages because they were just debug or testing. Do that save, press the play. Take a sip of water. All right. Now when I get a message, look at that message, and I'm like, ooh, let's make that compact. That did not, oh, that didn't make it compact because I need to also update the text in here. So the message, I want this to be ellipsis on the overflow and apply that change there. Now, if I click play, all right, now we do this and then we say, make this compact, and now it's compact. Oh, when it's full view. Okay. Why is it doing the width there? Debug. Yeah, it's switching to this. It's changing. Oh, I'm changing the horizontal and not the vertical. I'm now realizing this should be vertical fit. Vertical fit. There we go. That's funny. All right, there we go. So we put in this. Now I do compact. Now it's compact. And then, oh, that is also another thing I got to do is that when you add a new thing, you make it the compact view. I also did not change that. Man, there's a lot of things that I did not save when I made the changes to the things. Let's go do that. It should be one. Apply. There we go. Okay, I think that's everything. Cool. Now let's set view. So this will require me to actually have a overall view. So private bool is compact view equals false. Go, and I'll say new message display object set view is compact view. There we go. And then instead I put this equals true, and I say this is equals false. Nailed it. Okay. What am I cooking? I'm working on a debug console. I know, very exciting. Basically something that, say that you were playing a game. I have a game going on. I have a game going on in the background. Say that you were playing a game and you're like, let me actually have like the debug console stuff. This would be somewhat similar to what like Unity's like built-in debug console looks like. That's kind of what I'm up to, but I want to have it to be more flexible and more useful / doesn't also clutter the screen when you have like a whole bunch of errors and all this other stuff. Basically have it so that is really flexible and things. But yeah, so you would like press a button and then boom, the console log would show up. It wouldn't, you can change it so that it would be this full screen or like a half screen or whatnot. But that's what I'm working on. All right. So we got these crazy errors that showed up. Make it compact. Now it's super compact. And if a new error shows up, now you can see it's really small, which is useful. All right. With that. And then if I want, it's now in full. So now I have the full thing and I can look at all of that stuff. Yeah, look at all these things. It's crazy. Yeah, if I want to be here, that's also going to be a thing that I want to do, so that a new line shows up, but you are moved, like you're looking at something here. I want that to still be there. But okay, so we have all this, make this compact. Now we have a compact view of all these things. Cool. All right. So yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. So what I want to do now is have this be, or have the scroll view so that it's not taking up all the thing. There we go. Like that. All right. So the other thing I want to do is now I want to change that message message prompt into a button, so that if you click on the button, you can collapse and expand it. So let's go do that. UI button. There it is. I guess I do want to be able to navigate to this on a controller. That's also one of the other things that I want to do, is that if you are using a controller, which I should probably grab one. There you go. If you are using a controller, I want you to be able to like fully navigate this with a controller. But yeah, I guess that does imply that I should probably have this be navigable. I keep trying. One day I'll be able to say that word. All right. So yeah, we have this. We are going to go and make this, change this to there. You highlight it. Yeah, when you highlight it, we change the color. Let's, essentially just do the same color as the other buttons. Bam. Do the pressed color, do that. Bam. Selected is that. There you go. Oh, and disabled, I made it a little bit more disabled looking. All right. So now that that's working, I click this and I do that. Message display, toggle view. We apply the changes and I delete this. And now the grand reveal, not finale, reveal. We got all these and I click this and I can make them smaller. Normally that's not going to be super useful. So the opposite is going to be useful. So like I say full view, it changes everything to full view. Cool. If I want everything to be compact, and I'm like, okay, well, let's look into this one, and then it will open up the thing that you're doing. That's nice. Ooh, I don't know if I want this to be highlighted like that. I think if I'm going to do any highlights, I need to have it so that I do the custom view of the stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of the yellow highlight. Just have it be, I guess, yeah, have it be white. Maybe have it dim a little bit for normal use. There we go. Play. All right. Whoop, whoop. So many. There. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Highlights those. Yeah, I can click these. Cool. Compact view. No longer has that. Cool. Like that. Ah, look at that. Wait, there was an error, and then you can look at the error. Okay, that is looking all right. Cool. The other thing that this should react to well is if I were to be, whoop, this is tiny. So it looks like that. That does react to it pretty well, which is nice. The one thing that didn't react to it very well was the top part, because I did not set my anchor points. So let me do that. All right. This is top there. I believe that's literally all I gotta do. Oop. Cool. And you go grab this. Oop. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want this to change in size when it shrinks and whatnot. But yeah, this is more or less what I'm looking for, which isn't so nice that it's working. Compact, full view. I'll make this a drop down. I'll make this a drop down eventually when I get more stuff, because I want to also have it so that I can filter, which I guess is a thing I should probably work on next, is I want to filter it so that if I just want to see errors or I don't want to see warnings, kind of like this thing here. But that's a thing that I can deal with later. Because right now I want to try and get the width stuff working. Width and height stuff working. Okay, so we got buttons. Buttons. Oh, now we'll say messages here. Here we go. All right. This also can be updated because it's not looking the greatest. Yeah, let's just do that for now. Okay, I am using the rounded square. All right. Oh, I'm making it a square. I want this to not be that. I would prefer it to be more rounded. Yeah, that looks better. If I said 2, no, I say 1.5. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. There's the 1.5. We click on the play. And then we add all the things. All right. That is looking decent. Though it definitely does not need all of that space. Let's go in here. Lower the spacing there. Yeah. Yeah, let me get close. Ooh, -10. Let's just do 0. Actually, that does look better, right? Because it has the spacing on this side by itself. Okay. Okay, let's move this over. But for this reason instead. So I'm gonna put a background. And actually, before I do all of this stuff, let's get out of play mode. Here, do all of this. So bright. Yeah, we'll do blue. Just so that it's not incredibly blinding. There we go. Go to the viewport. Ignore. Oh no, yeah, that's correct. Is the viewport? No, it's the content. I'll do that. So layout. What is that? Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, go and. Ooh, I'm wondering if actually this is a thing I need to do inside of the game or inside of runtime. Let's do it inside of runtime. Oh, I got rid of content and not the image. Okay, that is the thing I want to delete. All right, you go here, click this. Not in the content thing here. There we go. Oh, why is that still there? Click play. Yeah, that's still there. Gotta undo something. Click play. There it goes. It goes away. Something else must have screwed up. This, make this blue. Go to layout, element, ignore. Just have this, and then I go do this. Actually, no, I want it to be the viewport, not the content. Because now you can see where that's supposed to be. Click play. There it is. Okay. I'm adding a mask on the thing. Okay. We're going to get rid of the mask real quick. Click play. All right. And then we put in a bunch of stuff. There it is. All right. Now I want to adjust things. It looks so good. But hey, sometimes it just kind of looks, it's got to look weird for a sec. Not the scroll rect, but the, oh yeah, I guess the scroll rect. Where's spacing? There it is. Yeah, because yeah, that's the thing. So if it's 0, this is the thing that is being messed up. Ah, okay. Also, I kind of want to not have it. I want to have it right there. Okay, let's try that. Go. Get rid of this. Put this on. Move this over. I'll do 15, right? There you go. And then click play. Oh wait, that should be 0. Well, we do all these, yeah, and then I make this part 0, this part 0, and now it looks right. Okay, there you go. That was the problem. All right, me being semantic. I guess not semantic, me being pedantic. There we go. Okay, and then we got all these, and here we go. Look at that. Okay, and then I want a compact view, and now it's compact. Dope. And now what I want to do is, yeah, you can make these bigger and smaller, which is really nice. Okay, so now I want to change this so that if I drag this over, go grab one of the messages. Bloop. There we go. I should change this to raycast target so that I know what it is. Raycast target. There we go. Now we have one of these. So yeah, essentially I want to have it so that if I do this, I can do this without affecting this part. This part should not be changing. So let's go here, icon. Is that the message here should be the flexible one. So if I do image, not image, layout element, and they say flexible width, I think that this is how I should do this. Now if I go grab this, nope, it's still doing that. No, that didn't actually change anything. Okay. I guess if I set the minimum height to be like 30. So then instead it would still shrink, but it wouldn't, it'll still look okay. Yeah, I think that actually looks okay if I do that. There we go. It does feel a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so we do that. I'll have a, yeah, I guess I'll have a settings menu so that you can have it so that the default stuff, default like editor stuff, is based off of whatever your preferences are. That's fine. Okay. Well, let's actually just play this. Oh, I also have this message here. Let me overwrite debug play. I don't know if I actually need that then. Yeah, let me get rid of the one on the message itself. There we go. Until I actually need it. Then that's how it is. All right, boom. There we go, yeah. All that stuff works. Make it compact. That's now compact. Now all these things are happening and whatnot. And then I can look at more information. And to double, triple check the testing, do this. Color info slash, and this is more information. This text should overflow and compact view. Save. All right, so yeah, theoretically this should work. Click play. And there you go. Okay, so that's not overflowing. It is a lot of text, especially now that it's a smaller view, but I do this. There we go, info. Okay, oh, this is right. I'm changing the size of this icon. So what I'm gonna do is make it so that, what is the actual size of the icon when I shrink it down? It is 35. Oh no, it is 22. I'm looking at the width. 22. 22.
That's just someone being punched.
Okay. 22. Let's go here. 22. Oh. And 22. Back out here, save. And play. Okay, so whoop. All right, still that, make it compact. Now, yeah, you can't see the stuff. I open this up. Here's more information. Cool. I wonder if it makes sense to have it so that this text is not as, or this text and this text are different colors. I think that it would be easier to read at a glance when, if like, oh, this is the pertinent information. This is the thing that actually happened, versus like the trace. Okay, then let's try and do that. Go to display. Yeah, the stack trace. Let's change that to be somewhere. Yeah, we'll just put public color stack trace color act oh yeah, stack trace, oh no, color utility. Oh, now I'm starting to think I should do this because it's going to be a lot easier for me to do this. Oops. There we go. Vision. Ability. HTML. Yeah, we do this, I guess. Stack, trace, color. Oh. Stack, trace, color. I need to write. I need to write color equals this. Slash color. Yeah, let's try and organize it a little bit so that I can actually tell what is going on. And then we make this default equals color dot gray. I don't remember if gray or gray is A or E every time. I always get that confused, and then I forget to look it up. All right, now I can play. Okay. That is useful. I want it to be less intense so that it's more subtle. There we go. And yeah, it's a little bit more subtle. A little bit too subtle, sorry. Yeah, that looks better. Now I can tell, that is the line that I should be looking at, or this is the information that is coming from this debug. There we go. Because yeah, if you look at this, it is not doing that. Although, that would be nice if I could have a hyperlink for that stuff. But I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think I can for that. Unless there's like a way inside of here, the stack trace, to be able to change that. Oh. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, right. Because the message stack trace is a thing that I made. Okay, yep. That's just string. Okay. That's fine. All right. Well, now I know that this is easy to read. I can make this compact, and then it's even easier to read. I kind of do wish that it was pushed over to the left side rather than like this. We'll make do with what we got for now. I don't need to be as, again, yeah, I don't need to be too worried about that stuff. But yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to do this. Cool. So now what I'm going to do, yeah, is change the view of the entire thing so that you can switch between this. Yeah, you can switch between this or full screen, or like partial screen, you know, stuff like that. I think I would love to have it so that this is just a thing that you can like grab, similar to this, right? if this is up, then you can change the size of the thing, and then you can also have it so that it is like there's a button that's like full screen or not. And then you can just like click this, drag it, or click the bottom of this, drag it, click the right side of this, drag it, kind of thing. Because I think that is going to be more useful. Because yeah, even if I wanted to be like, oh, I want this to be like a tiny window at the top here, and put this in compact view. I'm like, or yeah, I guess that would be one thing, but I guess you could theoretically put this down here and put it where the normal stuff shows up. Maybe that would be useful. I don't know. I don't know if that would be useful. We'll see how that goes, but I do want to at least have it so that you can switch between views, so that you can switch between this or this or this. So let's do that. Ooh, actually, oh yeah, no, I think it's fine if I do this here. Maybe, is it? I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is okay if I did that, because if I did do that, well, the thing that I'm trying to debate here internally is if I adjust this. So I'm adjusting this. So let's say that I adjust this. I'm adjusting it for everything, but I am going to have other places where I'll have like a console input section, a variable tracker, things like that. That is the thing where I'm like, well, that all is going to exist in some other structure. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I actually want to change that part yet. No, I mean, I do want to change that. So I'm going to go and change it, but I'm going to try and make it so that it is. There we go. I'm going to try and make it so that it is not. What am I trying to make it like? I guess, yeah, make it so that I can actually just change it. I'm just going to do that. So let's go in and update this real quick. Make it so that this button here, or all these buttons, actually this wide, I go here and drag in a new button that is outside of the buttons list. Bring this over here. Get that, yeah, there we go. And I want this to be the same height and width. What? Oh, that's because I have this being affected by this. Let's remove that. Same height and width, because this is going to be an icon. 55, oh, not 22, 55 and 55. Oh, sorry, I got it. There you go. Noise, okay. And then I get rid of this. Switch this over to an image. Oh, I don't need this. switch this there. There we go. Well, let's go open up Illustrator over here. Oop. And figure out a full screen icon. Yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring. All right, we make this. Oh, no, just new. Create. There we go. Oof. I like to not work on a art thing. And just go in here. Let's do this. None. Right. I know I could do dashed lines here. I kind of wish that I could do dashed lines without the thing. So, okay, that's why I'm just going to make the lines myself. Okay. Boom. Copy. It didn't do the copy. There we go. I want to make this maybe a little bit thicker before I do that. That's right. There it is. Grab all these. Ooh, that I don't like. Okay, we'll exclude. Oh. Yeah, I want to exclude it, please. Okay, fine. The time that it has taken me to do this. There, yeah. We're getting there. Oh. Nope. This is what I get for doing the slow way. I could have done this multiple ways, and yet here I am. Oh, and I did it again. Clearly need aim trainer in order to do this. Okay, there we go. There it is. Now I feel better about that. Oh, that's weird. Is it? Okay, we did that. Yeah. Oh, it's not. Uh-oh. Okay, well, if that is the case, then I will do the opposite or the other way. Copy, paste, rotate. There we go. Oh. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that is, yeah, it's just totally two different sizes. I must have messed up what you call it, but now I can do this without any problem. Okay, now I do export full screen icon. Put it on my desktop. All right. Tools, prefab, scripts, folder. I call it sprites. Drag that into here. There we go. Change this to icon so I know what it is. There we go. All right. There we go. I think that looks all right. I wonder if I do. Oops. There we go. Export. Exit. Full screen icon. Export. There you go. Put that in there. Sweet. Now, this should actually not be a button. It should be a toggle. No, I should make it a button because it should be on or off. Yeah. I'm gonna make it a button, and we just make a full screen button. Debug console. Debug. Unique console display. Debug console. View. Yeah, we'll do that. Public void. Toggle view. For now, image. Full screen. Image. I guess I got. Yeah, no. Right. Full screen. Icon. Public's right. Exit. Icon. All right. For now, I will make it so that it basically snaps between two views. Yeah. Snap between two views. Have it so that it grabs this side, or not grabs this side. I'll do this one and then the vertical one. Yeah, let's do those. So if I look at why am I not finding? Oh, this doesn't exist anywhere. That's why. I'm like, why is that? It should be there, but that doesn't do anything. We'll have the view there as well. We put the view stuff. All this does is make it so that it goes to the edges of the screen, or it goes to the predetermined point on the screen, or the width is what I mean. So let's make console is the full thing. View this. That's also a good point. I think it should just be the same. Yeah, we'll have it be the same thing. Because even if I was like, all right, you got this super ultra wide monitor thing going on. Well, one, let me pin this to the right thing. But you have this super ultra wide monitor thing going on. If I were to say, let's change the background size here to be like, I want this to always be this size. That's not going to be the case here because the width is messed up. So yeah, I can figure that stuff out. Let's put background instead of having this attached to the background. I'm now going to just have all these things separated here. Now this is the thing that actually changes, not the background. Full screen. Here. Drag this here. Console view, toggle. Oh, I don't have that. What? Save. Toggle view. There we go. Okay. There we go. We now work on the next thing, which is switching between the views. Guess I could do this in animation, or I could not. And I think I don't want to. Yeah, essentially I want to do is move this anchor point over here when you're including. Actually, no, I want to just move that anchor point. So yeah, move this anchor point over here, and then I say, then whenever, even if this changed in size, it's still the same size relative to whatever. Yeah. Okay, we do that. We do that, and then I can change the size here to be like, I want this to be this view. And then if I change this, then it's the same size, which is what I'm looking for. Cool. So why is the... Is this not the right? Weird. Oh, that's why. I'm like, what is going on here? Oops, not 11. This one. That should be the most free thing. All right, there we go. Anyway, so yeah, now we have this thing. This is not how HyperDot would look in this view, but you know, that's fine. Okay, so we do that. We go over here. And I just, yeah, essentially I just changed this, the anchors. From 1 to 0. And then if it's 1, then have everything be 0. Or if it's full screen, have everything be 0. If it's not, then have everything be at a particular view. So yeah, let's do that. So I'll need access to, I guess, just a transform. So I need a transform. Oh, transform. Right. Transform. Transform. Private. Full screen. Full screen. Icon. Nope, not icon. Full screen image. Sprite equals full. Or exit. Else. There we go. Then I want to make it so I love how there are two of these. I'm just gonna here, I'll simplify. Okay, I guess I should probably also do the same thing that I did from before. Public void set. No, I do toggle view, but then I say set view. Cool. It's full screen. Not full screen. Makes things a little easier. Okay, or a little bit more flexible, not necessarily easier. Now we go here and we change the rect transform pivot X position. I don't know if this is actually a real thing that I can affect. Nope, I can't. So I need to make this vector 2 pivot. Yeah, pivot equals is 0. Oh no, this is if it is full screen, that is 1 1. If it is not, make this 0, 1. Cool. And the rect itself is a different width. I say this here, I do this. And this is where I'm like, maybe I should make this an animation, but I don't want to make this an animation. So. I'll do this there. So X position, the Y position, or the width. I guess compact view width. Was it 700? 770. Okay. Equals 770. Move on. Okay, there we go. And then I want to say rect transform. Oh, I am also realizing I haven't actually grabbed rect transform. So, oh wait, no, I think I can get access to this in here. Rect transform is this. There we go. And then I'll do this. This is a little bit not great that I'm putting all of this stuff on here, but I'll be okay for now. Do that. Cool. Now I want to make a rect. Rect equals rect is, yeah, it's the position. Right? Yeah. So where do I put that? I want X and Y to change. So, or not X to change, not the Y. Do I? Can I? Would I? Oh, the pivot part is the. Okay, hold up. Oh, this should be anchors, not pivot. That's why I'm like, this seems weird. Anchor position. The lower left corner, okay. Yeah, that's looking okay. Max, I will change. Anchor position, max. Yeah, that is what we're looking for. That. Oops, anchor position, max. I should probably rename this. That's why it felt weird. Oh. Now, if I change that, I also kind of like the idea of having the console or the pivot be 0, 0. Or is it 0, 1? 1. Maybe upper left corner. It should be 0 there. Here we go. Now I just need to change the width. That feels so much better. Okay. That sounds like, man, this feels so wrong. Yes. All right. So now this should now be full screen. I guess, yeah, it doesn't actually really matter at this point, does it? Because, yeah, this should just be the width of the screen, I guess. Screen dot width. Why don't you like that? Oh, it doesn't have to be a float. I got it. All right. Oops. No, that doesn't. No. Yeah, I know that. Oh, that's what's going on. It's expecting other things. Okay, it's just the position and size. Gotcha. Okay, so we'll do vector to 0. And then the size is new vector, vector 2. Size is green width, green height. Oh, it's read only. That size. Well, how did I do? How do I set the things again? Ugh. Every time I do this, I always forget this part. Right. Okay. So. I'm trying to remember. Let me go look at other code that I've written. But yeah, while I'm doing this, how's everybody doing? I feel like I've been very involved and engrossed in this, but I have not looked out there. But yeah, what's everybody up to? Okay, let's grab this code. Actually, no, I don't know if that code is going to be the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to grab some code off screen. If this doesn't work, then I will move on. There we go. Nope. There we go. Copy fail. Oh yeah, I don't think that's the code. Okay, then I'll go and grab the code from the dynamic text box. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. It is that. All right. Let's go and do that then. Set. Anchor. I know. I am, yeah, I'm really focused on this debug window that, again, very exciting. A lot to do. There we go. There's the set size. Will the debug window be full screen only? Find out next time. Right. And then I want correct transform. The horizontal size to be the window size. What is the window or the width? No, it's full. Is size in? Oh yeah, it is relative, or it's in like pixel. Interesting. Versus set size with current anchors. 700 or not 700, the compact view. There you go. Yeah, because this I guess should just be the screen width. And I don't need this. Click save, do this, and I guess we'll see if this works. I am not confident, but hey. Let's make this the same full screen and click play. Cool, and I click this. I mean, nope. Okay. Sure. Oh, I need display. It shouldn't be screen. Let's just say display main rendering width. I think that will make it so that regardless of whatever the screen is, it should be whatever the... Oh, no, it's still doing that. Because this... Oh, it's not that. This... The screen size should be on here, right? Yeah. It should be that. That should be thing. Width. Yeah, I think it should be the... Huh. Rendering width. Not sure why that's not with the correct width. Oh, let me get rid of that. Do that. Yeah, it's still doing it. But I mean, ideally, I do this stuff and I can switch between the things. But I don't know why it's not changing the things there. I said, then if I said right. Size from parent's edge. Let's do that. Oops. Could be rectangle, yeah, edge. Okay. I haven't used this one. Edge. Dot. Right. That 0 size. I guess it should be that. I don't know. I haven't used it before. I should probably look it up rather than just kind of winging it. But I kind of want to wing it. Boop. Okay, well, now it's on the wrong side. Oh, okay. So if I say the left, now I'm understanding how that works. Let's go look it up. I'll look it up. Correct. Transform. current edge. All right, so here's the info. Edge, okay, yes. Distance, size. Is that the anchor? Oh. Which has a specified. Okay. Go to the edge, be 0. Okay. Anchoring functionality. I mean, I kind of do need to be concerned about anchoring functionality. that's kind of where my problems are. While also setting aside, and that's where I'm like, I don't want to set the size. Because yeah, if I said 100, or yeah, we'll do something crazy. Well, actually, we'll do something crazy. 10. And then click play. And then this is just going to be a phenomenal looking. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought would happen. Okay. One, this should be if it's full screen. Oh, it's true there. But yeah, so it's saying the size, but not the right size. I guess, can I just do the canvas width? Yeah, let's just do the canvas width. So, transform. Oops. Current. Rect transform. I should probably make a make a variable first before I try and make the variable. Current rect transform equals transform as rect transform. Oops, rect transform. There we go. So we do this. We say this with rect dot width. So just be the size of the canvas that this is. Click that. Will that work? We click this and we click that. All right. That's a lot easier. Okay. So yeah, that now works. I think what I want to do first, or do I want to do that? I think I do want to do that. I am going to have it so that void awake player prefs. I know that I don't want it to be player prefs, but I'm gonna say player prefs at console view. Console view, what do I want? I want console view default is 1, right? I guess not set. I want to get int. Default is 1. Do I want the default to be 1? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do that for now. Int full screen is full screen int. I'll just do full screen int instead. And then if full screen
juicy.
or no, full screen equals full screen int. What? No. I'll do it. I'll do it the actual way. I don't like doing tertiary operators. Full screen int. equals false. Not full screen, false. There we go. Default is 1. Yeah, there we go. And then, and when you do this, you say player refs dot set int console view full screen. Can I just do? No, I didn't think so. Even though that would be so nice. If full screen, I guess I can just never mind. Don't try and do this in there. Cut. Paste. 1. Paste. 0. There we go. And then set view full screen. Nailed it. Play. All right. So, oh, that's not okay. That's interesting that happened. I could probably delay the enumerator. Return. Give it a sec. What's wrong with the? It has an incorrect signature. Oh, okay. I have to do it on start. There. Because Awake can't do that. All right. Will that solve the problem? Yes. There you go. All right. Cool. Put it on a compact view. There we go. Now it's really compact. You can make it full screen. Cool. Done. Definitely shipping it. Okay. Sweet. Well, do I want to try the last thing I want to do, which is filter out these so I can be like, I just want to see info. I just want to see those. I kind of do. I kind of do. So I think I'm going to do that. All right. One last thing. So yeah, I'm going to basically have it so that you can filter out the console stuff. So essentially what happens down here where you can be like, I just want to see errors, or I don't want to see warnings. This is very common. I see a lot is I don't want to see warnings. But yeah, we can do that. Just because I feel like I'm, making some progress. All right, so we go here. You see where the full screen is? Well, first let's save. But you see where the full screen is? We're gonna have it so that it's not just full screen. We'll make additional buttons. Actually, I'm gonna just duplicate this. Get rid of these and use upper right. Drag this over here and put in a button. A button that I don't have queued up. There we go. Have this button here. Bam. Okay. Yeah, I guess it would be useful to have those icons there, or not the icons, the numbers there. So I will do that. Image, and we go and grab the image, which is somewhere that I can go grab the image. I think I can grab them from the messages. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Do this. Bam. Yeah, we got the it thick version. Not what I am looking for. Let's add a layout element and have the preferred width. What do we want? Oh, it's 34. Let's have it 34. There we go. 34. Nice. Have the spacing between things. There we go. Then I can change this number to be, there are 99 of these or something like that. Goodness sake. All right. This, I do want to have a toggle. So this console button, get rid of this and make UI toggle. There we go. I don't need a toggle group either, which is nice. Ooh, I noticed that. Oh, yeah, I guess I can put the full screen button in here as well. Let's add the layout element. Bird. Now put it in here. There we go. Drag this over twice. But this, instead of it changing it in size, it doesn't. Nice. I want this to be in reverse order. There we go. Because I want the full screen to always be on the right. And it is way easier to just be like that than anything else. I'll probably come to regret that later, but for now, I feel smart. Okay, so yeah, that's looking okay. I'm okay with that size of text in comparison to the icon. I don't think I am, so I'm gonna lower the size of the icon. Yeah, I think that does feel a little bit small with 232. Yeah, that feels better. That feels much better. 99, 69, 99. I still can't type 99. There we go. So there's that many. I do like putting in commas so that you can read what that says. So I'll make sure to do that. All right. Yeah, so that is good. I hope that I don't have that many debug logs, but hey, who knows, I guess. We do this. Cool. And now we just have toggle. I guess console toggle. Do I want to make this a variant? I kind of do. But I have to actually make this an icon. Oh, I know what that means. And have this be, ignore the layout, fill in everything, and then just copy the, oh, I guess I could have just did that. We're on the square. I can talk. Bring this in front of that. This. Yeah, like that. Change the whoops. And this group. 0.2. How do I want to do this? Oh, if I have it so that the normal color is non-existent. There we go. Is non-existent, but then when you highlight over it, then it's existent. Yeah, I think that's that's what I want to do there. Okay, and then yeah, we'll make this a variant. I think it's a little bit specific, but that's fine. All right, so we have info, we have warning, and we have error. Icon. Oh, probably should have changed the name of that. Let me do that. Something, one of these things. Yeah, this is toggle or check mark, even though it's not the check mark. Save. Okay, there we go. And then perfect. There. Now I say save. Now, yeah, there's lose that, which is I should probably make it so that you can see it a little bit. Why? That's a little bit, it's still a little too much. 20. Applying? Yeah, I mean, at that point, then it's just there. I'm just going to leave it at 0. All right. We'll do that for now, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, so cool. We got that. And then we go to the icon, and we change the icon to be warning. Warning. Oh, this should be preserve the aspect, please. And then we have error. Error. Bam. Cool. Okay. That is cool with me. I'm gonna actually make it so that it is a little bit less padding. Let's set these on first. Oh, I don't think they're all on. Huh? Oh, that's because. No, wait, why are they not all on? There we go. I guess we'll kind of do it one by one. Weird. Okay, so let's change the padding. That's a little bit more shallow. Yeah, that feels better. And for whatever reason, you can't turn all of these things on or off. That's fine. Revert. There we go.
Well, good afternoon.
Okay. So before I do any of that stuff, I'm going to say save. I'm going to say play. And then I go like this. And yeah, there you go. That worked. I can turn them on and off. Nice. I guess I could. I should probably change that to be white rather than not white. Let's just do the same thing that I do for the messages, which I need to go to the messages and go grab this. That's all I got to do. And then did that not change the? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, well, all right. Change this to be this. Yeah, let's just do that. Be this, and then change this to be this. And do the same for this. Apply, apply, apply. Cool. Now go here. Revert. Revert. Then this. Yeah, they're the same. Cool. I think that solved that problem.
Have a super day.
There we go. They are kind of big in the grand scheme of things, but I think I'm okay with that for now. There. Compact. Cool. All right, so that exists. Now we're gonna have it so that the numbers change based off of given information from the console. Debug Unity console display. We change that to be something. Something or other. What do? I go grab here and then I make a new script. Yeah, do I want to make a, no, yes, I do want to make a new script. I'm going to make a new script. Debug Unity console. Filter.
Don't bite your
Yeah. And then you go grab this and we look at the, not the console view, but the console display. Or not the message display. This. There we go. Console display. So theoretically, I should be able to have all the information about this stuff because the console display has the debug message in it. So I can get how many of each thing is in there. So yeah, let's go do that. Public text net pro info. Whoops. Info text. Public text mesh pro. Not info text, but that one. Warning text. Public text mesh pro. Error text. Or I guess I should say number. Maybe not text is. And for now, it's fine, I guess. Void update display. Public, not public. Info text equals. And then I need the information from this here. I will make this a public variable here. Console display. It's info. Or get info messages. I think I'm gonna make public Unity event. On message or on log message received. Do I want to make a Unity event for this? I can just co-op the other one. I'll just co-op the other one. if I do this. Public int it info message count. Oh. If messages I dot message type equals log. Yeah, it's just log, yeah. Int log count count. Oh my goodness. Equals 0 plus plus. Return log count. I should say get message type count, and then it takes in a log type. Param log type types. There. Can I make this a list instead? I don't know if I can do that for the params. No. Okay. Just because it would have been easier for me to not have to type in. Oops. Types. Wait, no. If this there. If it contains that, then do this. There. Okay, I think that should work. Now I go grab this, put this there. Then say log type log. Oh, to string, and then I think it is it n? Oh, that's the thing I always forget as well. Let's remember what it is. Whoops, sorry. I'm trying to remember what is a good example for me to go grab. I feel like it's N. That's one thing that I also should always remember, because I do it all the time, but then I don't do it frequently enough for me to just have it ingrained in me. Even though I have definitely done it. Done it a lot. Let me try and think of something that I have done or used it for. And of course, I can't think of it on the spot. Yeah, I think I'll go with this for now, and then if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Even though it'll take a while to get to that high of a thing. For not info text, warning text dot text equals console display dot get message type count log type warning. Not to string. It is this. I think it's like N that. Okay, and then the final one, error text dot text equals console display dot get message count log type dot error log type dot assertion log type dot exception. Whoops. To string. Whoops. Not $. Jeez. Goodness sake. Oh, what? Oh, I'm really typing all right today. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, I guess if I want to do this whenever this gets updated, and I want to do this after this gets updated. So let's do that. Okay, I'll make it. I'll not. Public unity event. Debug message on message log message received. There. Equals new one of these. Cool. Go here, void start. Also display on add listener update display. And then we do, I guess I don't need it. No, yeah, I do need it to do that. Okay, so this happens here. Dot invoke. New message. There. Okay. So we have that. We have this. We get rid of this. Full screen, yep. And we go and grab the filter. Open these up. Info. Warning. Error. Cool. And then I can go grab this here. And now we click play. Oh, I should on start. Update display. Oh, no. Update. Yeah, void update display. Instead, I do this. Just update display. Just because I don't want to have to deal with that in the future. All right. So now we have this going. I click play. And there's nothing. Oh, that was the thing, is I want a 0. I think I need to add the 0 on the end of these to make sure that there is at least a 0. I think that's what it was. Was it N0? I don't remember. There we go. Yep. All right, so now I do this. There's 1, there's that. Cool. All these assertions and errors that all show up. Cool. All right. I kind of don't like the fact that they're like moving like this. If I do this, yeah, it also does that too. Well, I mean, if Unity does it, that's fine. Okay, so that's fine. That stuff. I'll figure out the how I want to deal with that. But yeah, so we got this going on. Now I want, I guess, actually this would be easier. So many errors, so many insertions. All this just to see if having 1,000 is, it'll add the comma. I just don't remember it and I don't want to look it up. I'm too lazy. So instead, we do the longest possible version of this. We're almost there. We're halfway there. But anyway, so yeah, now next next thing that I want to do is have it so that you click on one of those and then it gets rid of all the errors, or it gets rid of all the what you call the warnings, all that stuff. So that's next. So how do I do that? I basically just say if you have, yeah, I guess I would want to do it. Do I want to do it top down or bottom up? I don't remember what makes the most sense. Yeah, it didn't do it. Doggone it. It is N. I think it's N number. Oops, not B, it's N. Okay, well, now that I've done that, I'm going to actually go in and do this and say, or 1 to 1,000 there. Whoops. Actually, we'll do 1,001. Whoops, because I don't want to get rid of the thing, just so that I can test the number. I can't believe this is what I'm doing. All right. So now if I do this, oops, there we go. 1,001. Now it's the correct. Okay, that's all I needed to know. It is N. Okay. So we do that. Also, I'm gonna well, yeah, I'm gonna do this just because I prefer this for now. Okay. Go back view. Yeah. All right. So I will now say, what is it? I will say, there. How do I do this? Public void set filter info. Oh, I guess toggle filter info is kind of what I should do. Here, let me bool the value. I should say log for now. Turn on and off logs. Private. Bool. Oh no, I should not be setting that in here. It should be inside of here. Private bool show info equals true. Equals true. Private bool show warnings equals true. And then I also realized I should probably be putting that there. Private bool show errors. I guess I should say log. I'll keep it consistent. Logs. Logs there. Okay. Right. Yes. This is definitely not going to be efficient. I'll make this more efficient later. Public void that yes. Oh, I put this in the wrong spot. Will I though? That is a good question. Will I actually make it more efficient? I think it will eventually get pretty bad. So then I will make it more efficient, but it's probably going to be a forced hand thing rather than a, oh, you know, all right, I'm done doing this. I'm going to now go and make this more efficient. That is very true. All right. So we have this. I already am like, ooh, this feels so bad. Messages, account. I guess I tend to say that all the time though. Messages, filter log. Bool, no, not bool. Log type. I guess I need that as a param. Log type. Param. What did I? What did I do for that one? Oh, it's up there. Types. If types contains messages.i message.log type, then that message messages game object that active value. Otherwise, just don't even. Okay, I think that is like kind of straightforward. Okay, toggle. Oh yeah, I should probably say toggle, huh? It was so clean. Yeah. Types. Okay, well, I guess I gotta. It was so clean. I need to figure out what types are in here. Oof. And log show logs equals value else. Ugh. every time I'm just like, ugh, what am I doing? Why am I doing the quick and dirty version of this? The logs show warning, show errors. I'm gonna, instead of doing this, I'm gonna just say else, because I don't want to list all the things. Warnings. There. I was so close. Public void toggle. Filter log. Or toggle filter, yeah. Okay, and then I say set filter value That's what I need to do. Tool value. Target value. View target value. Oops. Not the full thing. Just that. And that. Target value equals not. Oops. Show warnings and show errors. Show errors. There we go. And I'll do params types. There we go. And it should be show target value, not target value, and types. There. I think that should work. So now if I go here, toggle log filter. Oh, void. Whoops. Oh, void. Toggle that. And then we say console display dot set. No, toggle filter. We'll return a bool. Return. So that. Do I want to return a bool for this? Do I want to at all do a toggle here? Hold up. Because the way that I'm going to be getting this is actually toggle is actually through a toggle. So I don't actually need to do that. So let's just do info text toggle public toggle warning toggle public toggle error toggle. There. I think that should actually semi solve the problem. Because I'll do this on awake. So on value change, add listener toggle. That's what it is. Toggle log filter. Bool value. Set filter value. Log type log. There we go. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I don't actually even need the toggle thing here, but hey, it's there for future reference, I guess. Okay, so we have this, and then we basically just do this 2 more times. Add a log filter, toggle warning filter, and toggle error filter. Warning. Error. This. Oops. All of these. There we go. Oop. Oop. Save that. All right. I think that should do it. Oh wait, I gotta do these. Warning toggle. Error toggle. There. And warning. Toggle error. There. All right. Okay. gonna save. Just oh well. First, let me let me actually put the toggles on there. We got the info, we got the warning, and we got the error. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that they added like check marks next to toggles and stuff. Like they have their own icons. Okay. This is just gonna work. Okay, you see all that, and then I just well, yeah, you turn it on and off, on and off, on. There we go. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. All right. So now the last thing is we go and do all of this stuff. We're gonna need the numerator yield return null. I already know that we're gonna need this. Well, this part. I know that we're gonna need this because we are going to go and grab the parameters, or not the parameters, the player prefs. Again, I understand the player prefs is not a universal. Where is it? There we go. Player prefs is not a universal thing on all consoles. Like you can't use it on all consoles / platforms that Unity supports. But I do want to have this in here because I want to use this literally for preferences. This is your preference of I want to see errors. I want to see in the warnings. That's kind of the point. All right, so let's start here. Oh, here. Not full screen int, but honestly, I should probably just make this a function because I'm going to be doing this 3 times. Bool convert to bool convert int to bool. I want to say convert into bool, or do I want to say convert player pref int to bool? That makes more sense. String value. Int default. I should say boolean. Default value. Yeah, I'll say int. There we go, defaulted value. Instead of full screen int, we say player f int, and then return. Hey, how's it going? There we go. Return false. You are catching me towards the end of the stream, but you know, that's all good. All right, so okay, we got that. Instead of this, we say, oh, this should be inside of the this here. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah, this should be inside of here. Well, we'll try this here. So not this, but bool, or no, not bool. Console display dot set filter. The value is convert ref. Which I'll say console. Console babool. What am I saying? Console filter log. Yeah. Which should be 1 by default. And then the parameter types is log type log. Okay. Cool. Then I basically just do this 3 more times. Console log. Oops. Warning. Warning. And again, I grab this. Okay, calm down. There we go. Okay. Cool. Oh, I guess I should probably do this. Bool log is logs visible equals, and then I'll go grab this. I'll do this. Are logs visible? Is logs visible? Are logs visible? There. Log. Warning. Errors. Okay. So now I have this here. And the reason why I did this is because I want to also update the visual on the toggles based off of whatever you chose. So I need to go to the toggles, info toggle, set notify without, or set on without, set is on without notify. Jeez. Do that. Are logs visible? If they are, it's on. Not warning toggle that set notify there. Or warning. And then error. Toggle that's notify our error. There. That way, all this stuff should look correct. Let's save that. I think that should be everything. You know, I could just simplify this to be return player refs equals what instead of doing that there. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, we do. I don't know why I cleared that, but we cleared it. All right, so yeah, it is on. If I do this, it's now off. And then if I can click play and restart, it is still on. Uh-oh. Oh, I know why it's not working or it's not changing anything. It's because I am not setting anything. So let's actually set stuff. Let's look at, where do I do puzzle view? Yeah. Bool, not bool. Wow, the void set. Yeah, I really do make rookie mistakes. You know what? I still get paid to make them. So player preps. Wait, bool to player preps, yeah. Convert bool to player pref int string. Actually, here, let's change this to player pref. Variable. Okay. Player pref variable bool target. Bool value. There you go. Player prefs. Let's set int. Yep, set int. Then player pref variable. Okay, we do that, and then what do? We value. Oh, int value, right? Okay, when you do this, I really should make this a const. I'll do it. Const string ref log filter log. Player ref there you go. Player filter log. Oops. Copy that. There we go. Paste. Sure. Press filter. Warning. Filter error. Warning. Error. Alrighty. That's why I wanted to make a variable for this. All right. There we go. Cool. So we just do this and wait. And we do this. Okay, and then we say warning. Also, I haven't set it this stream. But thanks again, Ben. I know I say it all the time. But yeah, thanks again, Ben, for using or letting me use your music and stuff. Really do appreciate that. All right. I got all that. Cool. I think I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Do the same thing on the other side. Player ref view equals console view. There. One spot. There. All right. Now I feel a little bit better about that. All right. So click play. And boom. Cool. I do this. It doesn't show up. I click play. And then. All right. So now I do this. Oh, you can still see it. That is actually fine because this is easy to fix. Check. So I can do all of them at once, but I want to do one at a time. So when I go do this, I make the thing, but I go check to see if it should be active. And how do I do that? I basically do the same thing as this. Right? Oops. That's not right. Yeah, this is where I'm like, oh, I wish I had this as a function that I can just call from wherever. New message object dot set active. Yeah, set active and then convert. Oh, right. I can't just be like, oh, let me just go grab the. Right. Okay. Well, then I do the flip side switch. Not switch. I do bool. Check if filtered active. I guess check filter, yeah. Check filter. I will do, yeah, I guess param. Log type. Oops. How do I actually no, I don't want. I guess yeah, types. Length. Types. Okay, so I have the types. Now I want to change the something. Change the type value. Or check the filter. So I need to, that's where I get the thing. Switch. There we go. Error, assert, and exception all have the same. And then warning and log have different ones. Player pref int to bool. Player pref value, and this is where, yeah, I think I will copy this, put it in here. thought you. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later. Anyway, I'll do this. Okay. One. Okay. So this is error. Error. This is warning. That's all. And return false, I guess. Oh, I should be doing bool is active. Yeah, I need to do the opposite of, or not the opposite. I need to do a more broad pass of this. So if I get to see whether or not it should be on. If it is on, then I feel like I should probably not do this, and I should just cache this information. Yeah, I feel like I should cache this information rather than me going to grab this information. I'm gonna do that. Oh, right, I have show logs. Yeah, that. Show errors is filtered equals show errors. Great. I want to break out of the for loop though. Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm like, if this contains that, that's okay. We're gonna just do the other thing. That's what I want to do. Okay, so if I say is this, if that, if this is true, then just break out of here and return it. Is filtered equals show warnings. Oops. Is filtered equals show logs. Break. Okay. Okay, I think that should do it. I'm gonna go here. And I say check filter, and then the filter type of type. Cool. think that should do it. I guess I don't need, that's why it was confusing me. That's why it was confusing me. I don't actually need the params thing here, and I can just say this. I'm gonna simplify this so that I can understand this in the future. If types, let's also rename this to type. If type log type equals log is filtered equals go logs, else log type warning equals show warnings, else is filtered equals show errors. There. Don't need any of that stuff. That is so much easier to understand. We do that. All right. Cool. I am not gonna keep this because this is, I need a central place for that, but I'm not gonna keep that anyway. Cool. We do that. I think that should work. So now I go click this, click play. All right. Now I do this, that, and this, and you can't see the warning, even though it is there. And now if I turn it on, though, you can see it. Okay. Now if I don't want any of those errors, and I just want to see these in the information, you can see on the bottom here, there's a bunch of stuff happening. You don't see it, and now it shows up in the correct time, which is nice. And yeah, all right. Now you can see, oh, that is one thing I do want to change, is that when it is selected, you can't see it. So let me go here. Yeah, see, it's still doing it. What? Oh, I didn't save. That's why. That's why. You gotta click the save button in order to check your stuff. All right. There we go. Yeah, now when I turn it on and off, you can actually tell that I'm doing that. Okay. Cool. So now I do these. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. I click this, you can see it. I click this, you can see it. Get rid of these, just see the errors, all the assertions. Cool. Boom. Cool. But you can still tell that things are happening, which is good. And then I guess you can turn off everything. I guess you can do that here too, huh? For whatever reason. But yeah. Cool. And it remembers this stuff. So I close this, I click play. And boom, yeah, I remembered it. All right. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me, because I did even more than I thought I was gonna do, which is awesome. But as I like to do, let's do a recap of all the stuff that I did do today. Let's click play. So I was working on making all the stuff, basically editing the view of the console debug stuff here. So here I go. You can have a bunch of, oh, here, let me turn everything on. You can see all the stuff. There's a full view. You can see all the information right now. You can click compact, and then it crushes it down so that it's just a line, which is really convenient for just like trying to consume all of this information and whatnot. You can click on an individual one to open it or close it, which is nice. You can change the size of the viewport here, so you can have it so that it's tiny, As you can see, there's, stuff going on in the background, this crazy game of Hyperdot. Again, you can change all the viewport stuff. And then the last thing is you can filter what is shown. So you can have it so that it only shows errors, or it shows information or like logs that you have and no warnings and whatnot. And all of this stuff is saved. So if I close this and then click play, there we go. You can see it is now not full screen when it first starts. And I can, when I get information and errors and whatnot, I'm not seeing any of these errors showing up because it remembered that I only want to see information and whatnot. So that is good. That's kind of what I wanted out of this. I guess I could do the same thing for the compact view and the full view. I can have that be a preference. I don't know whether or not I want that to be a preference or not. I might, maybe in the future, might do that. But yeah, this is more or less working. So what does this all actually mean in the grander scheme of things? Really, what this means is that I will be able to eventually put this inside of a project and then just have it so that I press like the tilde key or whatever, and then all of this stuff shows up. And then I can filter all this stuff, make all this stuff work, which is really nice. But the other thing is that I want to have it so that there's more functionality here. One of the things that I'm like the most excited about getting in is like variable tracking, so that I don't have to be like debug.log and then give me this variable or whatever. I can just pass in a variable, ideally pass in a variable to the debug stuff, and then it'll just be like, all right, now I'm just watching this variable without you having to like put it in weird spots and things like that and like spam it throughout all this stuff. So that's one of the things that I want to ultimately do. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about doing that. It's one of the things that I'm still trying to think about, but that's one of the future features that I want to do. But yeah, so that's more or less everything that I did. Yeah, it's all condensed. It's nice and neat into this list. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for me today. This was, a nice chill session. I guess, as always, I don't really have non-chill sessions unless I'm playing Hyperdot. That is one where it's not as chill. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Really excited again to be back doing more streams and whatnot. Really excited to just like further do a wider variety of types of streams. But I'll be back. I said last time, or 2 times ago, I guess, on Monday. I'm trying to do Mondays, but it seems like Mondays are not working out for me. So maybe I'll see you next Tuesday. But that's kind of how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.